My name's James Deacon, and in the last few years I've become obsessed with darts. It's all I think about. So I've had this idea. I'm going to immerse myself in the darting universe by meeting as many pros as possible. On the way, I'm going to grab as many throwing tips as I can.
Just throw it.
So that me and you other Johnny-come-latelys can look semi-decent down the pub. This is Seeing Double. Sorry, this guy got right up my arse. Episode 2. This time we've got an absolutely rootin' tootin' guest. When I told the team we booked Luke Woodhouse, they said, would he? And it turns out he would. We're en route to Bewdley in Worcestershire to meet him at his country house.
Let's talk about last episode. Skip straight to the 101.
Yeah.
You're playing Ricky. He gave you a fair few chances. You had, 4 or 5 goes at the double.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I think that I melted. James. Oh my God. As soon as it was game time, my hands just went like nervous. I'm throwing darts in front of Ricky Evans. That is weight enough in itself on your mind, isn't it?
Some of the comments, we've got a lot about your nickname. Talk us through the nicknames you've been offered.
The first one I think was the Reverend, which was wicked. I imagine myself just adorned in full like bishop's hat and cape with a, what's it called, a sceptre, walking up to the stage when I go to play. That would be so good. Another one we got was the Toucan. I mean, it doesn't quite rhyme, but I can imagine the shirt with a full toucan, maybe with, what's that thing that they wear in Hawaii or Fiji, like a lei? Toucan play that game, girlfriend, and you walk onto that.
Very Wayne Mardle, isn't it?
He's very Wayne Mardle, yeah, you're right. Look at me talking like I'll be on stage at Ali Pali one day. Anyway, we're here and I can't wait to catch up with Luke. Luke, thank you so much for having us in your house.
No problems, yeah.
If it's all right with you, we'll start at the beginning, kind of an origin story.
Yeah.
Take us back to the start. Do you remember the first time you ever played darts?
I've been told by my nan I was about 3 or 4 years old, and she's adamant that she used to put a board on a chair. Everyone says the chair story, don't they? But a board on the chair, and she could say what to go for, and I'd pretty much hit it or get close to hitting it. Yeah, so she sort of knew. My nan and granddad always played darts, so there was always a board up in their house, regardless. And my dad played darts as well, so yeah, so it's always been around. But yeah, I think I was about 3 or 4 years old when I started throwing darts. But it's one of those where you just sort of play at Christmas time and things. So I never took it super seriously at all.
What's your first competition look like? What do you remember playing in that?
It was a local competition in Starport. I can remember getting to the semi-finals and losing to a bloke called John Roberts, who he actually captained Wales. He absolutely battered me in the semis, but I can remember thinking the thrill and the buzz of competing and sort of that adrenaline rush of maybe getting close to beat it. I didn't get nowhere near to beating him. He absolutely battered me, but that adrenaline rush of oh my God, I'm in the semis. I think it was for the winner got £50 or something if you won the whole thing. So it wasn't a massive tournament at all, but that was my first experience of trying to play for some money, yeah.
Did you have players that you looked up to? Were there players that you would watch on TV and be like, I love the way that they play, that I love their game, or anything like that?
Yeah, Adrian Lewis was my I can remember watching him and thinking, he never misses. And how can he make it look? So it was always the way, he always looked like he wasn't trying. It didn't look like he was trying. Some people, when they play, you can see the concentration and their aim and they still. And Adi just seemed to be able to pick his arm up, throw, almost sort of, you could throw him in backwards and they go in sort of thing. But going into tournaments, going on a bit further, but when I played AD, I used to just buckle because it was my hit. I used to watch, if I can beat him, I beat other big players. I just could never get over the line, but I have eventually. But it took me ages.
Can I just say, holy shit, you've been playing some good darts. It looks good over the past year. Can I just reel off some of the games? So last year you beat Simon Whitlock, Rob Cross, and Chizzy to get to the quarters of the Players' Championship.
Yeah,
that is a difficult run, right?
Yeah, it's not the easiest.
And you beat them all. And then this year in the UK Open, you took it to the wire to beat Barney 10-9 in the 4th round, and you beat Michael Smith 10-9 in the 5th round.
Yeah,
there's some. I know that you beat Michael Smith in the past, and but over a year period, do you think that you're in the form of your life?
That last year, I felt like I was playing really well. The start of this year, even though the results are coming, I don't feel I'm playing sort of that well. But when I spoke to my management, I spoke to my wife before about it. I think it's a little bit of, because I played so well last year, I want to kick on again, and I've sort of put myself under a tiny bit more pressure to keep performing rather than just going and playing naturally. But yeah, I mean, that run last year in the Players' Championships, I generally thought I could probably get to the final, and I was a bit disappointed. I think I lost to Gabriel Clemens in the quarters, and I was a bit disappointed the way I played on the stage. But to be fair, that's the first time into a quarters of a major, and the Players is they're hard because you play a couple of games a day, and then they're quite tough days really. And I just ran out of steam on the stage on the evening. But yeah, I was playing well. Like I say, I've started all right this year, so I was got to look a bit on the bright side rather than trying to put myself under too much pressure.
Do you have a favourite player that you like watching at the moment?
What now?
Getting to, yeah. Anyone that you like their style or
Michael Smith, his action's brilliant. It's like timeless. Gary again. I'll tell you I'm good friends with him as well, I'm not just saying it, but Damon Heta, is his action and his commitment to the game is like nothing you've ever seen before in your life. I mean, that he will do sort of 7-8 hours a day practice. He will be he's standing behind him, practicing with him, say before a tournament. He's the best practicer I've ever played with or practiced with. He hits absolutely everything. So seeing him doing what he's doing now is no shock at all. So he's probably the hardest working sort of dart player I've come across, 100%.
Are there any go-to practice games that you like to play? What's your go-to?
On my own, I don't play hardly anything. I might do a few little bits and bobs, but when we're on tour, me and Callan Rydz, we play 21, which is you hit 100, you get 1 point, 140, 2 points, 180, 3 points, first to 21 points. And then we'll do like 1-2-1. We do it in 6 darts, but you can do it in 9 darts or 12 darts. So 1-2-1, you take that out in 9 darts between you and a partner. You move on to 1-2-2, etc., etc. And then, other than that, we just play sort of. We always like little competition, little games. So we do like first to 5 balls. I generally beat Cal all the time at that, which is good.
Is there a tip that anyone's ever given you technique-wise that stuck with you?
And the only tip that's ever stuck with me was Alan Tabban, because my darts used to drop. My bad darts would drop low, and he said to me, my only advice would be is that sometimes players when they throw, their head gets a bit lower. So if you keep your chin up a little bit, when you keep your chin up and your head up, your arms will naturally come up with you. So it'll mean your arm will get a bit higher, and the darts should go a little bit higher.
We're back again, folks, for a humdinger of a match. We're at Cakeside, or as it's known round this way, the Woodhouse family kitchen. We've got James still deciding on a nickname, Deacon, versus Luke, Woody Woodhouse. As always, the apprentice to throw first. Quick breath to align his chakras. Oh, he's gone for the 2-dart route and crashed into the 3. Oh, that's also quite loose. Bit of a nervy start from Deaky Dog. Oh, Luke went for the 2-dart route too. Oof, misses the treble 16s, left 57. Deacon's got a chance. Oh, the tension is palpable here. He needs one more. Tops to his first big scalp. Oh, wild. Luke to kill him here. Tops. Marker. Oh, and that's that.
That's brilliant.
Deacon takes another L on the road.
And that's it, Luke Woodhouse. What a lovely bloke.
That's so good.
Now for a 3-hour drive home. If you can be asked, like, share, subscribe, all that business. And remember, keep that chin up.